All right, Sister Augusta, help me check.
Okay.
All right, I think we are live. For some reason, the Zoom, when it goes live, you don't really see it. I'm gonna give you just a few more minutes to make sure it is. So thank you guys so much for joining us, and we are on time today, 9:31. So yeah, we overcame the devil today. So thank God for being here on time, and thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining us. Let me make sure we are live because I'm not seeing anything on my. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes. So we are live. So yeah, today is Saturday the 5th of 2020, and I'm here. My name is Mona Saga, and I'm gonna have my sisters introduce themselves. Sisters, please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Augusta Anosike. I reside here in Richmond, Texas. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Sister P, please.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Ekwi Simon Okube, and I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. So before we proceed, our usual food for thought. You see, the suffering and smiling version of Christianity sold to Africans is anti-civilization and is anti-progress. God made humans to worship him freely, but African Christians have reduced him to US and UK visa officer. Tell me, what type of God gives all your children visa to abandon your homeland for strangers to take over? Africans have sadly reduced their relationship with God to that of kalu business. We indirectly tell God, buy me car so I can testify and worship you. Build me house, find me rich husband, give me child, give me admission. It's all about give me, give me, give me. Because we have allowed strangers, criminals, to steal our resources. We have become professional pretenders to the extent that we can even lie and cover up, cover as God for God. Even our leaders, our church leaders, those that are broke, they'll say things like, I am rich. Those that are sick will say, I am healed, because there's no hospital or money for healthcare. That's the type of Christianity we were taught, our people were taught. Somebody living in a hell called Nigeria will say, it is well. What is hell about living in hell? What is well about living in hell? Your falsehood has given opportunity to those who know nothing about God to deceive and cheat you. We need to tell ourselves the truth so that God can have mercy upon us and deliver us the way he delivered others who call on him in truth and honesty. Thank you very much, my people.
Wow, sister, thank you. Thank you so much. That was a good one. Professional, what did he call it again?
Professional pretenders. I heard
Professional
it on Caleb.
repentance.
Yes. He
Wow,
said it's a version
that
of
is,
Christianity called professional pretenders.
my dear, you hit the nail on the head. That was the accurate assessment of my people. And we're praying that they will begin to ask God, because one thing that we realize about God is that you have to ask. We've been asking God how he can help our people. And one of the things that he revealed is that they have to ask in sincerity and in honesty, and I will give them the knowledge. So we
Exactly.
can't even pray for you to get the knowledge anymore. We can't even pray for you to get the freedom anymore. It's you asking in sincerity to God, and then it will come to you, because that's how we got ours. That's how, Sister P, would you agree?
Yes, that is true. That's true.
Yeah.
Even when we're in IPOB, we kept praying. When we were seeing things that were not right, we kept praying, say, God, is this your will? Is this what you want for our people? What is going on? We kept asking, we kept searching, and he led us to the road. And we came out from the evil forest of IPOB.
Hmm. Sister, that was a good one. So thank you. Let's go back to our topic, which is stop aiding and abating criminality in Africa. Stop aiding and abating criminality in Africa. We try to post our topic on Wednesday for people to start getting in the spirit as where we are going down with our topic. So as the introduction goes, we know that the light bulb has been turned on, at least for people like us. So it's time for us to put down the mask and come out from your hiding places. Whether you call yourself a war criminal hiding behind war hypocrisy, or a rogue Biafra franchise promising our people freedom that you don't have an idea how to get, apart from taking our money, or you call yourself a Nigerian politician who have not only sold our land and our resources, but have used their access to power and money to make our disoriented girls and adolescents their counterparts, according to a special advisor to Nigerian Senate President, Dr. Sam Amadi. Or are we talking about the foreign international capitalists who make gains from and enrich themselves by creating war and chaos in Africa? We know this is ongoing. This is the tactics that the Westerners have been using against Africa. To them, we are saying enough of the bloodshed in the continent of Africa. You have stolen enough. You have taken enough. Our children have died enough from poverty, misery, and starvation that all of you intentionally create in Africa to even make matters worse. Then they will turn around and come as the savior that is saving us from the chaos that they created. Thank God for the LNC/MNN alliance partners that continues to champion the task of dismantling the 1999 forged constitution. Oh no, I will change that. Dismantling the 1999 military decree upon which the bondage the world currently called Nigeria exists. Join us today as we go deep, we dive deep into this on how we can get to our destination, because it's easy. Maybe with the noise that is no longer going on about people thinking there's a rogue franchise out there doing something for them, maybe our people are coming back to their senses. You know, it's a moment of epiphany. Oh, yeah, so how did the Mugu? Okay, you just start counting your losses because you don't want to be like that market woman who sold her children, sold everything that she had, took money from her neighbor to go to the market to start a business. And she wanna give it to somebody like the owner of the rogue franchise. They took it from her, told her the container was full of goods and services. She handed it to them only to open the container and there was nothing there. Instead of the woman to go home and count her losses, she's there calling everybody, Sister Ekwi, come and look. This container, there's something in it too. Ekwi will see. No, it's empty container. Sister Augusta, come on. She will start losing her mind. We don't have that kind of time anymore. We do not have that kind of time anymore. So we're going to show you the video of this evil that these people have been unleashing upon us. And we are busy watching them. And when we talk about our men who are in leadership, colluding with these people and dishing out our resources, and they knew about it. One of them is Gowon, the former military ruler who took our stuff. There was a CBN said that he took half of the money, the British consulate, that he took half of the money in our central bank and handed it to them. Okay, I'm gonna play that video.
If you're tired of reading about other people getting rich in the stock market, this might be a good day for you. And that's because the Motley Fool is offering a...
Oh my goodness, sorry about that.
We are watching. It's a tragedy that we are all witnessing. Because as we see things falling apart, the pressure this time is not foreign colonialism, forgive me. The pressure instead is corruption and violence and attempts at control. And that's why I totally agree with my old friend, the member for Edmonton. We need to call out the corruption. We need to use the powers that we have in this country to stop those who are profiting from the wealth of that great nation and hiding it here. Now, some people will remember when General Gowon left Nigeria with half the central bank, so it is said.
Wow.
And moved to London. We know that today, even now, in this great city of ours, there are, sadly, some people who have taken from the Nigerian people and hidden their ill-gotten gains here. We know that our banks, sadly, have been used for that profit and for that illegal transfer of assets. And that means that the UK is in an almost unique position in being able to actually do something to really exert pressure on those who have robbed Nigerian people.
All right. So that's one of the videos. Let me stop sharing. And Sister Augusta, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Muna. Okay, the video was showing the British guy talking about General Gowon taking half of CBN money to Britain. And for crying out loud, this is like more than 50 years ago, and he's just talking about it now. You understand? It means that they are the ones aiding and abetting criminality in Africa. They are the one giving the go ahead. You know what? Bring all your stolen goods. Come and put it in our bank. It will be secured. They are the one abetting it for more than 50 years. And you're just talking about it now. Half of CBN, do you know what that means? It means that half of the entire resources of the country was moved to Britain. And you know, British banks kept such money and never talked about it. And you are now coming to be Santa Maria, like, oh, that you are now discovering what happened like 50 years ago, what we knew, even way back then, that the monies that belong to the country, the supposed country, is being siphoned to your banks. We knew that long before now, and you are just talking about it. You yourself, you're part of the criminal. The British guy that spoke about it is also part of the criminal because they allowed it to happen. They are the one that foisted corruption, unending corruption in Nigeria. Unending corruption in Nigeria. They are the one that put it on us. And at the moment, he's trying to feel as if he's innocent. It took the NSAS massacre and 50 years for them to confess. Can you imagine? If that NSAS hadn't happened, they wouldn't have even said anything. It would have been business as usual. So people had to die for them to really realize that, hey, they have been the one killing that country from day one. They put that amalgamation together. They put that thing together. And we are saying we are done with it. We are so tired with what they put down for us. In the process, over 3.5 million Biafrans were massacred. Didn't he see it? Did he not understand the war that happened in 1966, 67 to 70? Did he not see the war? The war of 67 to 70, did he not see it? Was it not after then that the money was moved to Britain? Probably maybe claiming he's a younger, but the truth about it is that this has been happening and it hasn't stopped. It has not stopped. And they still want us to continue in such criminality. They want us to remain in that, okay, I just need to watch my word because it's so difficult for me not to say some certain things. Yeah, President Trump called Africa a shithole. But guess what? They are the ones making it a shithole. Because if that kind of amount could be stolen and kept in Britain, and you all kept quiet for over 50 years, and you all turned Africa to a mess that Africa is right now, are you not part of the criminals? They got to answer it. And we're still done.
All the time. They're always showing a picture of a frail African child with nose running and flies all over their nose, stomach this big, begging for food. And then the Westerners will come there, feed the children, food for the children, bring food for the children. Can you imagine? Even us here, we will join them and adopt. I remember adopting this child in Congo. It was $34 a month to adopt a child in Congo. Sendri, the same people that caused the plight of my people, take care of my people. My dear, this lack of sense has done something to us. Thank God for revelation, for those that want to understand. Think about all the chaos these people have been causing every time you see. I remember when my sister came here, somebody asked her how many lions does she have in her backyard, and she jumps on it. We are like, the one we saw was the one we saw in your Houston
zoo.
My dear, it's so sad.
They would keep painting that picture of Africa being a war-torn area, of Africa being underdeveloped. Meanwhile, they are the one underdeveloping Africa because all the resources all the resources, name it, name any metal you are thinking of, all the resources come from Africa. Name any kind of natural resources, whatever kind of resources you can think of, they all come from Africa. Now you guys have taken everything, underdeveloped Africa, now call Africa a shithole. And we have people that are also watching. They're Africans themselves, they're supposed leaders. They are watching and allowing it to continue to be underdeveloped. Meanwhile, all the wealth of the world comes from Africa. All of it, all of it comes from Africa.
It's so painful.
Second video.
So painful. All right, we're going to show you the next video. You want to talk about this video real quick? Second, please.
Yes, but turn it on first. The second video.
Year in, year out, because of these deposits from the African.
The Facebook carry comma. It's so fun. I put all these things up on time just to play that. They will play a commercial.
Deposits from the African countries. France is taking out of Africa over $500 billion. Now figure it out.
That was Dr. Arikana Chikwamborikwa, former AU ambassador to the USA. She actually got fired from her job by Africans because she was speaking against France for taking advantage of African countries. I mean, I know, it's crazy. Each time I think about what happened to Dr. Arikana, the only thing that comes to my mind are the words of Benjamin Burumbu. He said, each time I try to fight for African rights, I only use one hand because the other hand is busy trying to keep away Africans who are trying to fight me. Well, just in case you didn't know.
One other thing that France did between 1958 and 1961 in the name of giving us our independence as African countries. France forced the Francophone, and I hate that terminology. There is no such thing as Francophone, Anglophone. They made it up. But for the purposes of communication, I will use that. 14 of those countries, they said, in order for you to get your independence from us, you must sign this document. The document was called the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization.
Now, one of the highlights of this pact is that
France said, we're going to demand that you deposit 85% of your bank reserves under the French Central Bank, under the control of the French Minister of Finance. France is then going to take your 85% bank deposits from each and every one of you, deposit those funds in the French stock market under the French name. And you may or may not know the returns.
not just that, whenever these countries discover any new natural resources, France must have the first say. I mean, I understand it's, as a 21st century African, I cannot simply understand that kind of arrangement. You came into my country to colonize me, and when it's time for you to leave, you give me conditions.
Hi.
I mean, it's funny and sad at the same time. Today, those countries are in poverty, and they refer to African countries as poor countries. You know, it's funny because without African countries, many world powers, so-called world powers, will become a third world. That's the truth. That's the fact. Honestly, when Dr. Arikana was fired, I expected to see a large movement of African women living on the African continent, but I did not see much. We saw some movements online, but that was not enough. And I think it's because most African women don't know their place in the African society. Because of religion and some newer cultures, they are seen as an afterthought of creation. They have been relegated to the back seat. They are seen as only good for the bedroom and the kitchen. That's not correct. Historically, African women stood for what was right. They defended their integrity. They defended their land against invaders. Take, for example, Queen Amanirenas of Kush, who fought against the Roman Empire for 5 years and led thousands of men to victory. Another example is Queen Ndante Yala of Wolof, Senegal, who stood against French colonial expansion in her land. Even though she was defeated when the French sent 15,000 troops to subdue her, these were her final words. Today we are invaded by the conquerors. Our army is completely routed. The Tiedo of Wallo, valiant warriors though they are, have almost all fallen to the bullets of the enemy. The invader is stronger than we are, I know. But should we abandon Wallo to the hands of foreigners? Dear black woman, most African countries has been in the Cold War since independence, and I'm fully convinced that if African women were fully involved in the struggle, Africa stands a better chance of winning. It's time to connect with the fighting spirits of your ancestors. It is time to teach our children less religious dogmas and raise them in the consciousness of our struggle. And this is the best time to be alive. For the first time in my life, I am seeing a great African woman speaking fearlessly for Africa on the global scene. The least we can do is to give her our support, whether seminars, workshops, or rallies, whatever we can do. And remember this, in whatever you do, never think that you're going to sit around and get handed freedom on a gold platter. Freedom is never given, it is demanded and taken. That is how the world works.
Thank you, brother, for that one. And we cannot we cannot emphasize enough of the things that African women can do. So let's talk about the resources. He mentioned in that video that they're taking all our resources. They did not just take resources, they destroyed the humans. As we're speaking right now, we know even us here in America, they would rather have you file for your mom to be a, what is it called, permanent resident, than to come and visit you and go back. And yeah, they won't let you, they will not let them come for a visit. They will insist that you file for them to come here. And we did not know that these are some of the strategies they are using to take people away from it. They were going to take that land though. Won't know any other way until people are now waking up and asking questions. They were busy. They had all these systematic processes and approaches and strategies that they're using to be doing these things right in front of us. And we didn't even know. It wasn't making sense because you would tell them, my mother doesn't want to stay here. My mother just wants to come and visit for 3 months and go back. They will say, no, you must fight for her. And these are the things they have been using to destroy the human resources and our land. Are we talking about the human lives? Are we talking about the British colonized boarding schools? If we remember, we are wondering about what happened to our brothers and sisters, especially those between the mid-55s and mid-50s and 60s. And if you look at this group of people, they are the same group of people that went through the Biafran War. They were the one that was sent to a boarding school because our parents didn't know, they were asked to send them to school to give them a better life. We did not know that they sent pedophiles called priests or whoever it is that want to rape children. They will just give them a job because they couldn't do it in London. They will say, oh, okay, we'll send you to Africa. We've actually lined up so many boys. So you have to pick. You might be some star that is fighting them for a position. They will say, I know what you want. We've already gathered the boys in one place. You don't even have to go from village to village to look for them. They're in one place, and all you have to do in the middle of the night, you take one that you can want to molest and you molest them. You move on to the next boy and the next boy. They destroyed our children. The same group of people, 55s and 60s, they will make sure that children are not home with their parents. And this is the most important time in their life. This is the time that you mold your children, teach them about your culture, teach them about the things that you believe in, work with them one-on-one because
Formative
it's
years.
Huh?
Their formative years.
Their formative years. Thank you, sister. So you make us leave them for you to molest, and you teach them your so-called British lifestyle. And our children will come and start feeling indifferent to their parents. Most of the worst part is they don't even know you anymore, because what is 3 months out of a year? That is 12 months out of a year. 3 months, the children are not there. So they come back, they feel indifferent. If, God forbid, if your mother didn't go to school, you'd be making fun of her. Even some of people will be speaking English to their mother. You know, mommy, you don't know what you're saying. Mommy, you don't know what they're doing. They will take over. And they made our parents feel so less of who they are, because they feel like, oh, I'm not educated. As if she would be so embarrassed. As if a language, as if English language is the measure of intelligence. But that's what they taught us. And we use it to intimidate our parents. We use it to intimidate our siblings. We use it to intimidate the whole village. You will see some buffoon, because he read PhD, or he's a doctor or engineer or whatever. He will be parading as if he's the owner of knowledge. That's all you know is your main road that you're building as an engineer. Yeah? My village is on fire, dude. We're not trying to build an engineering job here. Disappear. You're not a firefighter. So they confuse us with all this educational nonsense. We don't know what we are doing anymore. And the same group of people, when you tell them their father's company is on fire, they are speaking from both sides of my, you saying the indigenous of people and English everywhere. English, they don't even look right with English, because when you meet an English person, they don't put that much emphasis and whatever in English. Go and look at President Trump. When he's speaking to his people, he even speak bad English himself. And our people are here speaking the right English and deceiving us, keeping our children away, turn them into something that we don't know. The family values gone. We remember in the olden days, our fathers will mark the tongue with hot iron. But speaking truth mattered to them, because that was what was important to them. They destroyed everything, took the resources, took the human resources, took the everything. Then they destroyed whatever that was left. That's why, like my sister said, we became professional pretenders. You're right. Because it's only an African that something will happen to someone. In America, you will say, Ndo. American person will shout at you. Ndo for what? You didn't do it. You'll be like, huh? They don't want you taking credit for what you didn't do. At least you can ask them, oh, are you okay? If you didn't hear that nonsense sorry from your mouth, you will, sure they will turn that anger of that pain towards you.
That's right.
Because there's nothing honest about that. They taught us to be professional pretenders. And we're saying it's time to request for healing. Like we said at the beginning of this show, God is ready. But we must be humble, sincere, and honest enough to ask him to remove this junk, these Westerners, all these fake things that they put into us, so that we can get where we're going fast. We don't need to be there. Chinese are speaking China or Mandarin, and they're building technology, they're building their stolen technology. At least they're smart enough to steal and build. Everybody is speaking, the Spanish people are speaking Spanish and they're doing their own thing. But us, if you don't speak English, nobody recognizes you. And we're sick and tired of that. English is not our language. We want people getting around our mechanic, rosa mechanic, so when the enemy comes, I can speak to you. The British trained lawyer or PhD holder will tell you what is wrong with that, your eye. We need to go back to what our forefathers have taught us, because we have no more time to waste. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Muna. You know, we know that many people watch us, from other tribes and all that, but honestly, I've been talking to some of our Igbo brothers. This is actually a moment of sober reflections and realization for our Igbo brothers and sisters. We know that other people are suffering, and we are in all this together. We have our Yoruba brothers, Hausas, Middle Belters, but our own is kind of peculiar in the sense that we are the only people that our own people have deceived constantly, promising us freedom that they do not have, like you rightly said. That's why our own is peculiar. And what is going on in our struggle right now calls for sober reflection. It's a moment of realization. You see, our youths are suddenly realizing that the Ohaneze, which is supposed to be our elders, that should fight for us, are actually from Fulani Caliphate. You know, they have been sponsored by Fulani Caliphate. They're the ones that choose who is their president. They're the ones that choose who will govern them. And these people are supposed to be speaking for us. So the youth just discovered that because they read something from Fulanese, the Mietiala or whatever, telling them who they have chosen for Ohaneze. Ohaneze. That's we, the people of Igbos, the people that have been speaking for us culturally and otherwise, is our captors, internal colonizers that choose who leads that group. So our youth just realized that, and are really working hard to see what they can do about it because it's a terrible realization. So we are now beginning to know who is who. That's another thing that is happening in the struggle. We are beginning to know those that are, we are beginning to separate chaff from the real substance in the struggle. You see, the criminals in our midst are exposing themselves. You see people like Emeka Mekesiri that want us to remain in Nigeria in the evil camp, as if he has not been listening to us. As if he has not been hearing that I say we want to go and we are ready to go now.
There you go, sister. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is he here a Biafran guy? You don't want him to eat money.
I'm telling you,
make you stop.
Uwatrike has done his own and passed. Nnamdi Kanu has done his own and passed. And Emeka Mekesiri want to now still continue to hold on because you see him posing with new suits that he just bought and speaking English that he doesn't know how to speak, and the law that he read in the night with candle. That's what he wants to use us. Now we're saying we want to go. He said we have to remain inside, that he wants to. So they're exposing themselves. You see, fake freedom fighters, the rogue Biafra franchise, they're all exposing themselves. Thank God for Uchemefo and Obido Obienu. We knew this truth as far back as 2 years ago when we joined IPOB. Obido Obienu knew the truth. Then he knew the truth. And he kept trying to see whether something will work.
Savage in Shinketa.
Yes, he tried to salvage in Sinketa. You know, see Aboki, you're trying to salvage it. That's what Obido Obienu were doing. But we, Daughters of Truth, told them, guys, we can't continue with this. We can't continue to baptize in Sinketa. Because for one, I know that when Israel fell in that war, AI war, it was because of Achan. The Bible says that Achan stole the holy things and kept them for himself. As a result, God turned against Israel in battle, and they lost, and millions died. So I knew what it means for you to have an Achan in our midst. Somebody that does not respect God, somebody that does not honor God. That's not the kind I'm talking about. Somebody that all he does is evil, but he will come out and paint to my people that he's from God. Obido Obienu, Uchemefo, they knew, but they were trying to see if they can salvage and Sinketa, like my sister said. Now they found out that like there's something my people say. They say broken bottle has no mequatalism. And when he gave me minketa, kodiocha, or the goji already. Iminketa, the nose of a dog is black. Use the most powerful bleaching cream to bleach it. It will not become light in complexion. Iminketa dioji, oga digido oji, we room baby.
Amen.
So there's nothing you can do to salvage IPOB. Run out of that sinking ship and go and look for your solution. Those that are very sentimental, I hear some of my brothers very sentimental, calling Uchemefo names and Uchemefo na asasisa. That's what we call in our place. He's exposing things. Listen to him. He should know. You that you don't know anything, you are down the road. All you do is contribute money and give to them. Uchemefo and Obido Obienu, they are in the position to know. The same thing with Iranya. These are people that ought to know. Iranya was number 4. Uchemefo number 2. Obido Obienu number 1 in America. He should know. Listen to them, my people. Of course, we're not trying to exonerate them for all the things that happened. We are not doing that at all. But we are saying that they know the evil going on. Listen and learn and look for how to run. We can even hear those that call themselves that are close to God. They hear from God. That they are giving us either advice to join IPOB. Man, this is Nandi non nebakwa. Man, this is Nandi Reverend Father na akwamu nebakwa. The nuns are crying. The priests are crying. You are on the wrong track. You're crying on God and rolling on the floor will not salvage what God has rejected. I told my sister Muna how God described IPOB to me. He showed it to me in the dream. I felt so terrible. He showed me I was traveling in a desert, like an open field full of shit and maggots. I was wearing shoes and socks, walking through it, but I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? I managed to get close to the house. I was there asking my mother to give me bleach because the water will not watch what I just went through. I needed bleach to bleach my leg. I woke up, I was discussing with my sister, this dream that I had. He said it's IPOB.
Yeah, my dear. Maggots and shits. That's what it is.
If we continue on this journey, we will need bleach to wash our feet. And that's what we're telling our people. Come out from where you have entered. Those reverend fathers that are crying, please stop crying. God has delivered my people and don't put them back into where they should not be. Please. And that's the issue we have with some of these reverend fathers and nuns and pastors. And when they're giving their own opinion, rather than saying their own opinion, they will make it look as if Holy Spirit spoke to them in the middle of the night. Hereby deceiving and confusing our people. As a reverend father, as a pastor, you have the right to own an opinion. Please, when you're giving that opinion, tell people, this is my opinion. Do not make it as if God gave you a message and giving it to us, because you deceive my poor people. Tell it that it's your opinion. And most of this opinion, they are not informed because you were not there when IPOB was formed. You are not remember. You don't know the beginning. You don't know the end. How are you going to tell us that it's from God when you are in the wrong place? Uchemefo formed IPOB, registered this current IPOB. We didn't know the canon. He did not become director by appointment. They agreed, let's register this thing, and they registered it in UK. Uche Nnadikanu was director, Uche Mefo assistant director. That's how they registered it. Why is it that my people have issue with understanding law, legality?
My sister, they don't know, they don't like the truth too. They're no longer the children of, they call themselves Umuchinek, they're Umwekwensu. Because the truth is so painful to their ear. They don't even, they would rather use pacifier made from a bulky sheet. Now here before they can hear the truth. They would rather eat shit, so don't even go there. They would rather eat
Thank
shit.
you for mentioning that word pacifier, because that's what Nnamdi was to my people. We are there sucking it. We're telling them, my people, time for pacifier is over. We are bringing good food for you. Stop sucking pacifier. The real thing is here. By the grace of God, LNC, MLN, they have worked on this with our fathers. They didn't do it alone. Ojukwu was there, in Nahoro, Sisi in Nahoro, Sisi Ono in Nahoro, and all ancient people that fought Biafran war, that they are dead now. Most of them are dead, but some are still alive. They came together. They saw how we died during the war. They brought a diplomatic way, a democratic way, and they worked on it for 20 years, broke it into steps, and made sure that they put young people, young person like Tony Nadi in the midst of what they're doing, so that in case they die, somebody will carry on to let us know. Because at the point when they were doing it, they needed to do it in cover. They didn't need to be in public because they would stop it. But they did the wise thing. They wrote a lot of this, which we have read to some of you in this program. Our videos are there. Go to YouTube. You see from video 29, I think 30, if you continue, you're going to see where we read these documents. They wrote them down. They signed. This is the road we want you people to go. We know that you are following rogue franchise, but please, When you wake up, this is the letter we wrote to you. Read this information so that you know how to go from here. And that's what we're telling our people. Please, especially those that are very ignorant, those that did not know what happened in IPOB. Please stop defending IPOB. It's an evil that happened to our people. IPOB under Nnamdi Kanu. He distracted us for 7 years. And remember something, our people. In our culture, in Igbo culture, if you kill your brother, especially whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, it got also for 7 years. For those that are saying, what did Nnamdi Kanu do that warrant for? Nnamdi Kanu killed our youths. Not ignorantly, he knew. Because Tony LNC, they exposed the plan to him. He knew. But because of Ihafogeri, what he will gain, he went ahead, chasing the wild goose. No plan at all, no plan whatsoever. And our youths have died for that. For that reason, Nnamdi Kanu got Warsaw for 7 years. That's our culture.
You say?
He will need to leave our land for at least 7 years. That is our culture. And nobody, nobody should start telling us what we don't know. We are Adas. We are here for the healing of our land. And we will do things rightly. Nigeria was fraudulently built. We will not build on fraud. That's what we're saying. Anything built on fraud is a question of time. It will collapse.
Oh, yes.
IPOB was built on fraud and it will collapse. If you put your head under, it will fall on your head. Run for your freedom. Sorry, sisters, that I had to take a long time to explain these things to our people.
The lies. For Nnamdi to go on air, like one of our brothers said, he will go on air and lie about people that have done things for him. Hey, God will not let that go. God will not let Nnamdi go for free.
At all.
Nnamdi is the most wicked son of a gun I've ever seen in my whole life. Very wicked. A brother in Japan described his strategy very well. I'm like, wow, this guy is too smart. He's like, he will bring in the newer ones. You know, he will get the old ones, sabotage you, go on. Oh, by the way, he said, if you serve Nnamdi Kanu, you will come back in disgrace. You will come back blackmailed. You will come back as shower. You will come back all kinds of stuff. You know, and then he will pay people to go online and destroy you.
That is true. That is so true.
You came to my house. Ụlọ Chineke nyere m, and I took you in as a brother. Nnamdi ga-ata ahụhụ. Ibe do ihe. Ana m agbara gị aka n'ala. Ana m na chest. Nnamdi, you will suffer.
He said,
you will suffer for him and the you said. Do you guys know that this man Ibrahim Emecha meeting, he refused. Your job is done. Remove yourself. After we spent almost $10,000 hosting Nnamdi Kanu,
yes.
Umunegi did not ask any questions. They were like, this lady that did all of these things, everybody kept quiet. And you thought that very soon it will not come to knock on your door. Either you will become a victim, your brother will become a victim, your mother will become, your whole freaking village will become a victim. You guys better allow Uche Mefo. If you will speak the truth, because I got back and forth. Anyway, they're all criminals. Like we said, we are not on his side. All we're saying is that tell my people the truth and let them go.
Yes.
That there is nothing happening. He's been broadcasting now. He doesn't have a goal. When you go and say, oh, these are the goal for this thing. What was the human right? Human rights again. As if we don't know that our human rights has been violated. Are you telling us anything new? These animals do not have a plan. That's why OBWN is crying like one just from which one on a labor room. You cannot get over it. They've been defrauding and defrauding and defrauding. They go from Dika Nene. I would go now doing well Quincy Hanley. In Tekancho with a Haricha Hato around the Pogu.
I'm telling you.
That's the word that blows my mind. It's not even bad enough that I gave you. You came here, we gave you things. We gave your wife things. You can get a PayPal, send it when you get directly. It's in her email. You try kanga with ego gajiri Ghana Western Union. Send yara go Israel. Send yara
hard-earned money. Hard-earned money from sweat.
You try kanga with them send yara china samoru. You try kanga nye George Oni beke where zo transmitter. Unile. Unu gasa. The only way heaven will not come against you guys and your family is for you guys to confess and ask for forgiveness. Ya who who de pure actually George Oni be he cried and cried and cried. Don't they look babu kwanya mina hoji about. God punish him because they knew you will call me on the back and tell me that you're a good woman, and you guys are then not the one and called me a scammer. Turn around the bomb a scammer. Hey, anywhere we hear this, yes. God will do something about this. Unaga labo henka. Unaga labo henka. Or woman where go send their private demanding war mandu you know you would them thank you. Already give 3 months metrandia. Because what are the plans? The foundation do you know how much it costs to make a consultation? Do you know when I see $1 now? Also care with $1. I was the one that registered that foundation. I did for free with my money, with my time.
Yes.
And they went on air, tell people, can we do the same? That's another thing you guys matter no one you want to open a foundation. How come you don't have one now Europe?
Now London, yeah.
Now UK. Each lobbying. How come you didn't do lobbying now UK? They are the one holding us hostage. How come you guys never did this?
Remember
we said we open a bank. How come you didn't open it there?
In UK.
He wanted me to give him my social security number. I'm saying, a bank I'm not bad break. See, I cannot give my social security number to the mama in the house. He wants you to do things that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The one on our say, oh, he's hearing from heaven. And he can no, you can't ask him question. No,
yeah.
That's how I knew these people are line. Nandi no me buchage. One your mother can me buari si charagi 3 times a day for 4 days. Mecha grego gunya chunu ni ndoli. Igana Nam se ka ime bank ko we kenyere umunna anya aka. At least pay ya Chinese Indian were here. I still have this folder here. Indian were here. He got season the mother na ndoli. Because each time I give glory. After I'm going to get better now, I see it better to tell you I'm not under you. Yeah, because they actually make sure you're not under him. All I want is for the suffering of my people to stop. Exactly. All I want is for Umaka and Abba. Oh, wait, I talk me will lead off IPOB. I don't want to be all I want in home. And the image I hand down her turn around like the brother said. That brother Uche.
Sister Muna.
God bless you, my dear.
Remember your husband took off time to carry Nandi personally.
My dear.
Oh my God.
Remember that. You remember that.
My dear. I agree. God, how can you move that hosting? They are still posting that hosting. They are still posting that hosting in America. They are still owing $1,750. They have not paid it. But I don't give a damn. What do you hear about them? It's okay. Stop deceiving my people. That's all.
That's all.
Stop deceiving them. And so what? Go and leave my people alone. This is too much. We did not come here to talk about this thing, but this thing is so emotional only because you guys do not know the effort we put for this man. We are the yes. People will run from you.
Yes.
Everybody. My father, all the 91st would you find an he calls me name. What would you find an LM? My dear, he was calling everybody saying, the we were born and bred no my. Papa said, oh my, no my, when you are here, when I game again, it's so numbed. This your way home, rush of freedom. Our mom, the man was right. Who knew? My brother has a couple of guests on and against Hitler, even though Hitler won. Yari I got a school at government college. When they came for up street join, when you were there for Hannah Boston. Everybody, he knows he gone them more than more. You got it gave back because I know so now. That's how you know it's demonic. Look at how we're doing this show now. God will be doing the rest. And he will send you to be going after people asking you for money, and akwụkwọ transmitter I kwuru $600.
Yes.
Ego ndị a riri ndị mmadụ. Nna dị unu ga-enyere account of ego unu riri mụọ ya. Mụọ ya nwa gị nwoke ahụ ebere ya na-emere ekwukwara ka anyị gụọ ya mmụọ. Unu ga-oriri ego niile unu riri. You guys anya onye ori. You guys keep an account. Ma ndị nke nọ na online ererewe t-shirt sị ha na-eme Biafra restoration. You cannot support yourself. Unu niile ga-akwụchicha ụgwọ ihe unu mere ndị be anyị by knowing the truth instead of saying it. God never will come after all of you guys. It's a matter of time. Who would have thought by December, instead of Biafra to come, Nnamdi is in hiding? So you watch the man that Biafra will come, you go in hiding? Yes. That's the Biafra you will bring them, hiding Biafra. Oh, I forgot, you don't have any Biafra.
No plan.
None of you is exonerated because who need them watch here na Ghana. The only reason why it's new grace because you guys are at least talking. Ndị cause up whatever na-achọ members. Na-achọ members who na-elecha ndị nne na-ebu afọ ime mụọ nwa. You think that I'm here to deceive you as if I know who the hell you are? Then the monkey no na na-anara wu na ego na-eri. Nobody is saying anything to him. Nobody is saying anything. I remember my mother saying, my husband is saying, Hagara UN, where is the human rights lawyer? Where
are the diplomats? What are they doing?
What are they doing? Say maybe Hagara gave because he wanted a photo of. Say maybe Hagara get senior. Or the time when I get submit, when you go here to submit things for the state, you go to their building. It's a big building, so I guess you can take a picture and say I went to the building to submit whatever application. I don't know. Say maybe this is not the real one. Everything they were doing was fake. Everything. If you ask them for anything, even the one that calls himself a U.S. continental rep, Okoro, you will never see him anywhere. Do you know that a brother here in America, only America Amoro here, we named that boy Chinedu. This boy, he did the research about his DNA. He found out he's a Biafran, so he's into what we're doing. Dwayne, I hope you're watching. He usually watches our show. Dwayne was passionate, wanted to do what we want. If he said his name is Chinedu too, he changed his name to Chinedu. Do all these things. We got the national coordinator, the Okoro, Dr. Okoro, the biggest mumu. Oh yeah, but that man, like a doctoral degree. Look at our video. It was mainly from that guy. He was the biggest dumbass you can ever see. Dementia that does not remember his left from right. I even told Mankana watching us a Muche Mefo, get all these criminals.
It does them,
I told them in a meeting. Remember, I said, Habiko, no disrespect. They asked me to work with Okoro. Say, please, this Okoro man, he's a nice guy. He's very jovial in his defense. All the guy where Obama that was running for election, he said, don't vote for Bush. Bush is the kind of guy you will go to beer parlor and drink, but it doesn't make him a president. It doesn't qualify him to be a president. And that is the truth. So it does not make him a bad person because he doesn't know how to work things like this. Okoro, you're not a bad person, but you're not a leader. You cannot lead, you cannot lead Fulani herdsman. You cannot lead a cow. You cannot lead a woo. You wouldn't even lead a cook. A cook will come and I told him, I said, please, you guys asked me to work with this man. He doesn't remember anything. You will discuss something tonight. The next day you're calling him. He doesn't have any memory of it. Say, please, our people are dying. Why do we have to use someone?
That's if he picks your call, right? If he picks your call. That's if he picks your call. Remember to pick, get him.
He didn't pick my call. He finally called that meeting because I was calling that Chike Doziem. So they finally called that meeting. So honey, all of them were there. And I said, it does not make the man a bad man. I just want a guy, somebody that can see Obidi, that useless Obidi. I think Mama in his defense. He was willing to do stuff, but they weren't letting him. They wouldn't letting him. So I said, Obidi is more distant than the Okoro kind of guy. Yeah, please, I'm not saying he's a bad person. All I'm saying is that he's not able to do this job. China Samora, I said, who the heck? No, yes, now what a pompous city. What did he call it? You pompous something, pompous city, some Congo English I've never heard before. These are hard dear. You said, let me see, I won't work in, I'll have for sure. If I'm going to be giving you guys my money, we have to do the right thing.
Exactly.
He's always quiet. He speaks gently. Yes, yeah, but it's okay. Your leadership style cannot be your leadership style.
Yes.
That is different. So I'm not talking about leadership. Our people are dying. The man cannot do the job. He cannot. He
Sister
doesn't
Muna, the man is a senior citizen. I don't, and he's so soft spoken. You have to like open your ear to hear him speak. You understand?
There's nothing for him to speak. He's
There's nothing for him to even speak. You know,
I'm saying that you can't even reach him on the phone.
You can't even reach him.
Speak. This is somebody you want to work with, because I worked under him too. You can't reach him on the phone, you know, because you don't know. It's not difficult.
When they call you, my Ghana, we are coordinator here, they will be hiding it under their basement. They don't want that. They think they are married to American women. They don't want them to hear the voice.
Yes,
they don't want to say, hold on, I need to go to the basement. Then when he gets to the basement, you can't hear the volume anymore. And then you will be hiding and hiding. Back to the story of Chinedu. So we connected Chinedu to this Okoro and Keboro, we are Texas coordinator, Chinedu Kosanya. Keza had that guy.
Chilobe or something.
Chilobe. It's Chilobe now.
Chilobe. Yeah. We told them to go to that meeting with the guy. The guy wanted to introduce them to America. He actually went and rented a hall, you know, a place, when they got there, they refused for them to take the picture with people.
They were hiding.
They embarrassed this boy for, like, he didn't even know what to do. This boy I caught one off, Snai Wundori.
Yes.
The man that,
and that's what U.S. Congress did, because before they started working with our brother Tony Nnadi, they did investigation. That was actually brought this term rogue Biafra franchise, because they, you know, Americans do not do anything without doing verification, checking, background check, everything. They will check, because they value their people, they value American citizens, they value their government, they value their constitution. So they did all the check. So before they reached out, the one that reached out to Tonio, they had verified all the other notes, because people have been contacting them. You know, they have Nigerians that are Americans, contacting them for the problem of Nigeria. So they were interested in getting it solved. But they checked on all these our people that are shouting, they were all rogues. Rogues. When you go and take picture in front of UN and say you are going to UN, they know you do not have appointment. I only had a moment of realization. A colleague of mine, the younger brother, works in UN. He said, Abiko, help us check whether they submitted anything. He came back to me, said there's nothing there. I said, no. Please, maybe they didn't use Biafra. Maybe they used something. He said, nothing. I said, I did not believe him. I just said I didn't check well. Until the whole thing, Nandi came to US and the whole thing fell on our face direct. You understand? We now found out that these people, all they have been doing was packaging Nandi and package our people so that money can come and they will use the money to take care of themselves in every corner. In every corner, even the radio they told you they use money to run. You don't need that so much money to run that radio. In every corner, they were deceiving our people. So it was difficult for you to go and meet US Congress with that franchise, that rope, because they know that you are not serious. So there was no place you could go with what I feel.
Churches that I was supporting here, I will write them letter telling them about Biafra, indigenous. My dear, they would other side stop giving them money. Say, you guys are Imo. I will write them, nobody will recognize us.
My dear, it's the same thing.
His name, IPOB, they hear it, they will jump from one fence to another.
They have us, yes.
Why are you guys doing this? Because you know they've already sent a memo.
They've already sent.
Oh, this is a rogue franchise.
Yes.
People that will normally respond to you when you put them about anything here. I remember when my mom's visa was rejected, I sent a letter to Congress. It wasn't up to 1 week. They replied me and told me why, and said they're going to contact the embassy. The same congressman, I wrote him about IPOB. Nobody replied me up to today.
My dear, they will not reply you. They will tell you they are praying for you. They will tell you that they are praying for you. Even those churches, like this flag at the back here, is one of the Pentecostal churches that gave it to me, because they are following what is going on, and they said they are praying for us and everything. But they knew the truth. We are writing to these churches. Meanwhile, churches reached out to Tony. While we are busy writing with an IPOB letterhead, they will use left hand and keep people by the side and say, Ndiara, stupid people, criminals. They were looking for people. They reached out to LNC, MNN by themselves. The evangelicals in America, they reached out. So if you're doing the right thing, people that have like mind will reach out for you. Someone like this Ipa, Granot, Simon Ipa, he is just an opportunist, another opportunist that wants to make money from the pains and sorrows of our people.
Yeah, he's
You don't
working with
know
the
the
master.
others to give fake petition you're moving around with. We said that America is already in this case because they are stakeholders. All the stakeholders in Nigeria are already in charge, they are aware of what is going on. Stop this deception. Stop deceiving our people, please.
Sister Ekwe, with the Simon Ekpa is trying to raise $1 million for what? I don't know. So far,
For what? You're saying for what? You're saying for what?
For his pocket, of course, for his pocket.
You want to build the house? You see, everybody will come and eat us and go. They will eat up mungu. They will eat us mungu and go. Simon is coming in a hurry. Korean and fast because
fast. And that was why he made this. There's this poster that is going on Facebook where he put Professor Lumumba on the page as being one of the guests for today's show, whatever it is that they are doing. And the truth about it is that Professor Lumumba doesn't even know who Samuel Ekpa is. Professor Lumumba does not have anything to do with Samuel Ekpa, and yet you are putting, because that will sell the fraud that is about to propagate. So Professor, people have reached Professor Lumumba, I keep mixing them up, Lumumba, and he said that he didn't even know that he doesn't have any form of association or ever spoken to Samuel Ekpa. And Samuel Ekpa put his picture there, very bold, put other people's picture, people in Germany, here and there. He wants to keep to, which is the format that
Photoshop fraud. Photoshop fraud. He's continuing from when Nnamdi Kanu stopped.
Exactly. Which is the same franchise, the same method that Nnamdi used to get our people enthralled, to get our people, to continue to pay into his franchise. So Samuel Ekpa is using that. And we're telling our people, if you are like, you can log on to the Zoom meeting. I think it's today at 12. Log on and see that there is nothing. Lumumba will not be part of it because Mulumba I've never spoken to Samuel Ekpa before.
No, what he will say, he called at the last minute and say,
he called at the last minute and backed out.
All about lies and propaganda. And we are telling our people, anything built on fraud will collapse. It's a question of time. We have suffered in Nigeria, and we kept saying it in this show that we don't want to leave a zoo and enter museum. We kept saying it. We will do things right, and we are all about getting things right, doing things in the right way to get the type of thing that we want, a system that will work for us. The good thing about getting a good system is that whether you are alive or dead, the system will continue to function properly. And that's why we are so committed to having a right system, a system that has a right foundation, a system that, like General said in Ghana, he said that the system you want to build in Ghana is that even if devil comes to rule Ghanaians, that things will be done right because the system will make sure that the right thing is done. So for people that say, it's the war against, because some people are turning this and struggling into South and North, whether we are talking about North or talking about South, whether there are good people in Igbo, whether there are bad people in the South, whether there are good people in the North, whether Igbo people are good, Yorubas are bad. It's not about personality, this struggle, because some people are wondering, all these things we are saying, what does it have to do with our struggle? We said, stop aiding and abetting the criminality in Africa. We told you we have external colonizers and internal colonizers. Those that are stopping us from going to freedom, both from outside and inside, are the ones aiding and abetting the criminality in Africa. They are aiding our death. And that is why it's an issue to us. We are daughters of truth. We are here to tell you truth. And when you know truth, truth will set you free. The truth you know is what will set you free. We know. How do we know? Because we were in IPOB. We are with them. So we're not telling you things that we did not know. We interacted with them. Obi Debioni is one that swarmed me.
Everyday meeting at the top, inside agent phone number, Chike, Doziem again. Their criminals, I will never call them. All of them. On Kana, that useless son of a gun that is hiding behind him and stealing money. That useless son. He told us after we hosted him in Houston, is that your nonsense small unit Houston that you guys are making noise, or because we are asking questions? We are asking for things to be done right. We cannot give our social security to some random person because nobody knows the person. They met a lady that came in the week in Nandi, came to Houston that week. That's the week the lady joined. They called me, poor lady. She gave me her social. You know how gullible our people are. This woman has been in America. She has been here for years. Her children are grown. Because she's thought Nandi is doing something for her people. I told her that Nandi asked me, it's an elderly lady, to get her social security number. Yes, my social security number. I said, yes, my sister. You know, I know you guys are doing the right thing. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. Do you know she gave me? I have her social now with her date of birth. I can bring her down with that information, and I gave it to them. Can you imagine? This is how far these colors in the ad. You taking somebody's information, all because you wanted to. They turn this foundation to their aid. Is that what they call it? What is that?
Yeah. You want to contribute $1, and then you want to use $1 and go and fund war in Africa, when you know that in American law, the money from foundation has to be taken to use it to take care of the people that hurt. When he was on air, I called Obid. I said, where are you that Nandi is saying this type of things that will endanger our people in America? I said, if you don't advise him, I told him. He said that he knows what he's doing. I continue to listen again. After I called Obid again, I said, he doesn't know what he's saying. No, he's going to endanger all our people living in America with the nonsense that he's spewing out on that radio.
He wants to endanger you guys. He kept saying that he wants people in America to be killed. He wants them to be deported. People in America, he wants them to be deported. He wants them to lose their job. He wants them. These are the people. We are there. This will tell you how wicked this man is. He wants to minimize what we're doing. We are literally sending 10,000 plus every month.
Every month, yes.
But the way he will belittle those in Houston, in USA, you will not know, because that's the idea. He will be shouting like that. You will be thinking, oh, people in US are not doing anything. No.
Yes.
People in US are not doing anything. So that you don't account for the money that we are giving to him. So it will look so minimum. Nobody will be thinking, oh my God, we are hungry here. Somebody is sending $10,000 every month.
Sorry, you remember the woman that single-handedly gave Nankani $10,000?
Yes.
Because no we had an achievement. She saved that money. She gave it to Nankani. Oh.
Yeah.
Apart from all that, so
they will pay mothers, single mother for that matter. He will pay, my dear. Let him go and hide. He better be digging his grave. That will be the best thing for him. He should dig his grave when because we are coming for him. When is the time he should be like Hitler and be brave enough and shoot himself in the head and get it over with? Because if not, he's such a coward, he will not handle what's coming to him. This fraud that you have our children be killed like animals and you're telling them to go and use catapult after we gave you money to buy weapons, you want them to go and use catapult? And he's so proud of himself and full of himself, shouting it on air as if God has told him to say so. Can you imagine that man? My dear, I have never seen anything. And our useless men were there watching him. They are the one that will call you from the back and say, stop saying that. Leave alone. I'm not a member of IPOB, but at least, why are you not a member of IPOB, punk? Why are you not?
If you trust that what he's doing is right, why are you not there putting your money inside? Deception everywhere.
Deception everywhere. Deception everywhere. Everywhere you see him, he's in a hotel room somewhere watching pornographic movie.
Yeah, and sleeping with our women. All of them, he defied our women. We're not going to finish this story.
Not just defiling some married women, as I heard.
Exactly.
Well.
And
all of them, young ladies. Promising them to be first lady of Biafra.
First lady, my dear. The woman,
and you know, in our culture.
Sister, remember when she came to Houston, she didn't know anything about IPOB. We're telling her,
the wife.
We went to Ekweme because women were sending us pictures of abuse. We told they kept saying you have to go through Ekweme before you can speak to Nanda and see if it's some kind of God. But now you're freaking eating my food. So I was telling the Ekweme, ask him that I leave those things. I realized that I need to bypass him. So I said, okay, I'll tell the wife, at least she's a woman, she will understand.
Yes.
Right there. So I was telling her, I said, this is what's going on. I showed her the video. I said, I've even told Ekweme since 4 or 5 days ago. He has not said anything. He kept trying to push it. He's like, who is Ekweme?
Okay.
The wife did not know the man that was left side to the wife. This is how criminal these people are. So everybody knows the Ekweme, that useless Mbise guy. The woman said, who is Ekweme? I'm like, I was thinking about, think about all the signs and wonders that these people have shown us to tell us.
By their signs, we are coming.
Everywhere, we did not.
And we are here showing her picture of our women that have been killed, beaten back in Biafra land because they sent these things to us looking for help. She did not have a clue. Even to go for public rally and have a pin of Biafra, we had to fight for it. We have to say, stop disgracing us. Use this pin, because the way you are not part of what is going on, it looks fake. It looks like you won't wear anything that has to do with Biafra. You are just in your own world, enjoying the money that our people are contributing.
That is fake, my dear. It's not that we are realizing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Your husband told that is fake. She told me, they said, women cannot. I said, women, but I'm here.
Yes.
I mean, the one that took me aback is when she asked me, who is Ekwueme? My dear. I said, I was.
How do I begin to explain to the PA of your husband to you in a struggle that all of us are supposed to be inside? How do I do that?
It was unbelievable.
Is it that you're fake or that the person you're marrying is fake and everything we are doing is fake? Because who ought to know a man's passion but his wife?
Exactly.
Look at South Africa for crying out loud. Winnie Mandela. The husband went to prison for 27 years. It was Winnie. And she had 4 children to raise. She continued to fight. She did not give up. That's why you know that a man that is committed in something with his heart, because his entire family will be in it.
They are all hiding their wives.
Most of them, their wives were not in anything going on.
Even to take a phone call, Okoro will tell you, hold on, because he doesn't want his wife to catch him. And whenever his wife, I gotta go. He will hang up. That's how we know those people are already in bondage in America. They're under slavery, under their wives, as we're speaking right now. So all of them, none of them were part of the bill. We brought our children. I remember asking my daughter to drive 4 hours to come to Nandi's rally. And she was telling me she has an exam. I said, I don't care if you have an exam. You better come here more. You go say that school. Come back here like tomorrow. This girl had to drive 4 hours to come down here. And then now to the next morning, she had to now drive another 4 hours, what I can on an exam, all in the name to promote the criminal calling Nandi, not knowing that this song is not doing anything. At the end of the day, you destroyed the effort that we made, like he made it like disappear, like it was nothing.
So we are saying no to both external and internal colonizers. Both internal and internal colonizers, you are aiding and abetting criminality in Africa. You need to stop. Sister Augusta, please continue.
Yes, they need to stop. The external colonizers, what they are interested in, both of them actually, what they're interested is our land, our resources. They want to control our resources, thereby stealing the resources. As you all watch Dr. Arikana talking about 85% derivative that France gets from African countries, all the 85% of their income will go to France, and France will now determine what goes back to these African countries, thereby impoverishing them. At least France is able, they had a pact where they wrote something. The one of Britain, we didn't even see any pact. We don't even know if they're taking 100% of all the things that we have. It is that sad. Then they will destroy and undermine African cultures. Of course, they came with their own culture and told us that our own culture is voodoo-like. Their own culture is juju. Our own culture is devilish, is demonic. And they gave us their own culture. And guess what? We're even living by their culture. They came and undermined us. They distract our people while they set us aback. Yes, they've been doing that for long. This guy now that is coming to tell us about Gowon stealing half of a CBN. Is he just knowing about it now? You understand? Is it just knowing about it now? Okay, now that you know, can we get all that money back? Can we get the half of CBN's resources that Gowon took to Britain? Can we get all that money back?
Our agent Jabba will swallow it, so they can't get it.
It's so sad. Now we also have excellent. We said Britain has colonized us. They messed us up. They did this. They did that. While we are crying about Britain, China has come in. I know China's own is even the worst. They are coming with their poisons. China has poisons. China is coming with their poisons. They are trying to create agriculture and all what's not.
Yeah, China is
what we eat.
China is all Malika top. They will eat even the flesh and the bone.
That's what I'm saying. China is worse. And that China is bringing very GMOs into our system. we cannot live by all these things that they are bringing into our system. They are grabbing lands, buying lands. And when they buy this land, not that they would employ our people to work for them. No, they will still carry their own Chinese people to come and work for them.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that is part of the colonizing. And we are here still speaking Oyibo. Japan has started grabbing some part for their technology. We have people that are we have people that can build cars in Nigeria. We have Innocent that is building cars. That country has not supported Innocent. I did think that they subsidize whatever Innocent is doing. Everybody would own a car. Here in the US, everybody owns a car. And let me even say Texas, because I know in New York, everybody go through subway. Oh yeah, in Texas, if you don't have a car, you cannot move. It has nothing to do with you're a rich guy or a poor guy. No. It's mobility. That's what it's called, because you got to get to work at a certain time. And don't give us excuse that you are waiting for bus. It doesn't work for us here. So, but they will not support the technology that Africa has, but rather Japan will come with their own technology. The worst of them all is healthcare. India has taken over healthcare in Nigeria.
Hmm.
They have taken over healthcare in Nigeria.
Yeah, and Chinese people, yes.
Yeah, they have. They will come. The funny thing is that I think in the late 50s or thereabout, the Prince of Saudi actually went to UCH Ibadan for a surgery. That was in 1950, I'm not sure, 7 or 58. The Prince of Saudi went to University Teaching Hospital in Ibadan for a surgery. And more than 50, 60 years later, India is where you will now go for something as easy as one of those cheap surgeries that you can do if you have good healthcare facilities. They don't want to build the facilities here.
That's not, you go there to sell your body part without knowing, because they will take you.
Yeah, of course. And the funny thing about those Indian doctors is that by the time they do the surgery, they take out a good part of your vital organ, probably put a fake one. Then when you come back here, you now die.
They don't even put a fake one, my dear. That would be too much job.
It's so crazy. India has gone. India is still part of the healthcare system in Nigeria. And we're wondering, what are our doctors and nurses and pharmacists and all the healthcare workers in Nigeria? What are they doing?
No, they're doing something. They can't do beyond what 1999.
Yeah, do beyond it.
So 1999 Constitution is stopping them to do what they need to do. They're trained, but they cannot do anything. Their hands
They cannot do anything.
Their hands are tied. It's intentional.
Then religion, of course, the Islam, the Arabs gave us Islam. Rome brought their own type of Christianity. And with that, you don't even, look, the kind of confusion that this religion even brought into the family, it broke families instead of bringing families together. It broke families. Then we have the retired landlords. The retired landlords are France, Britain, America. They continue to collect their dividends regardless of what happens. Regardless. Whether you guys go up, you go down, that money has to come in. Now we have our internal colonizers. Guess what? Niger Republic is now our new colonizer.
Mm-hmm.
Niger Republic is where they are building refineries. You know, when Buhari came, he said he was going to build 4 refineries, he was going to do this, all those things. Now for Niger Republic, he built them. He built refinery in Niger Republic. So Niger will now sell us fuel instead of it to be the other way around. Niger, they are buying police cars for Niger policemen. A friend of mine that we've been having quarter together when it comes to this restoration, he said he's no longer applying to go to Canada, he's applying to go to Niger. This Niger is where all the resources are going to. Because it's beginning to be so scary. It's not funny at all. Then our food. You know, we've been wondering why are men this docile? The docility, the level is beyond our own imagination. And you wonder, what did they put in our foods? In those days when our own parents were born, remember, breast milk was the norm. Mm-hmm. Their mothers gave them breast. Some gave them to up to 2-3 years. They were still breastfeeding. You understand? Now the new age women don't want to breastfeed more than 3 months. Some don't even want to breastfeed at all. They say they don't want their breast to fall and all that. Well, I'm like, oh, there's Coste bread that will hook it back up. I don't know what is wrong with you all. But they don't even want to breastfeed anymore.
Who is teaching them? Where is that teaching coming from?
It is from the
our colonizers.
From the colonizers. You don't have to breast milk your kids. But guess what? The Fulani people continue to breastfeed their kids to 4th year. They are still breastfeeding. Even sometimes when the mother would, I don't understand, because there was one I experienced when I was in Kuta. I was wondering why the woman pregnant is still breastfeeding her child. I'm like, whoa. And when she had that baby, she was still breastfeeding both. That was so ridiculous. I don't know the science behind that.
It was a pacifier. The baby was just pacifier in their mouth. That's all.
They gave us GMOs and we are eating and our brain is depleting. And instead of us to throw all these things out and start refocusing and start re-engineering what these guys messed up, we are here wasting our time. The Fulanis have kept their people from baby formula, so they breastfeed. But we want to drink Semilac, all those things that we don't know how they engineered it and put it together and called it food and gave to our baby. And that is like when our babies, they grow up like giants. Because we don't know what is in their system. We don't know what is in these things that they gave to us. So we have our external colonizers. We also have our internal colonizers. I think it's time we stop all of them from colonizing us. And that is why we have to pinpoint what is wrong with us, move with the solutions that is in place, and get our freedom. If we don't do that, we'll just continue to do lamentation. And I don't know how long we're ready to do this. So people just focus on the pathway to freedom, because the pathway is already here. It's just that some of us we are just too emotional. We don't want to believe that this pathway would work. Thank you, my sister.
The good thing is that, we have a solution to this whole thing that is going on with us. This lack of freedom that we don't have, this lack of leaders that we don't have, because everything there is fake. Professional pretenders. Our leaders are fake. Our people supporting them are fake. Even the citizens are fake. Nothing is working, my dear. And we're saying we'll continue to run in circles until we decide that we want to do these things right. So there's also some peculiarity with Nigerian case. The 1999 Constitution is a big one. Some people are there talking about amending, and we say, what are you amending? You cannot amend a fraudulent document. It's a forgery. We told you guys in a case, we had even a police from the colonial master's place that worked there for years, telling you there is nothing else you can do with a forged document than to get rid of it.
Yes.
Because there is no referendum for that military decree. A referendum is a signature that will help accept people's constitution, like Chile did. If without that, all we have is the military decree that will continue to hold us down. This is the core thing that is holding us, that if we understand this thing, the core problem that we have, that we'll be able to get to our destination faster. Some people say Nigeria is a federation. Yeah, okay. So we need to get down to the federating block, the Southwest, the Middle Belt, the North, Lower Niger, and then the North side. Our current constitution undermines the nation. We know that it doesn't work. This constitution is a pressure cooker, like UN said, for injustice, pressure cooker. And we know what's going on with pressure cooker. At some point it will explode. It ensures every kind of infrastructural decay and backwardness. It creates, it promotes and protects criminality and corruption. Nothing is working. You will get killed. Speaking of getting killed, we had a little brother, Pelume. I watched this video yesterday and I was almost in tears. And I don't want to derail now, because I really wanted for us to share that video today, because I would like for our mothers, our sisters, anyone that calls himself or calls herself a female should be outraged about what happened to this young boy, about how they killed him and took away his body. As of today, the mother does not have the body. And this is a common occurrence in our land. So it's no longer okay for us to watch it on Punch TV or whatever TV they're showing it, and people will read it as a story and go, where are the mothers? Where are we not taking off our bra and going naked on the street? You don't get to kill our son and then on top of that, seize the body. How did we get to the point that everything is okay to us now? When you go, you don't think they're going to come kill your own son and you won't be able to find the body? What kind of impunity is this? It's awful. So at the end of the show, I will play that video for people to understand, because we need to start a tweeting trend for this young mother. The poor woman does not have anybody speaking for her. She's living in her little poor house, and somebody wants to just provide the story and end it there. No, every time we see an evil, we must speak up against it. We must speak up against evil, because if not, it will come knocking on our door. And that's why it does not knock on my door, because I will always shout. That's why when IPOB did what they did, I shouted, I said, oh no, the evil these people committed will not come upon me and my children and children. I will not be part of it. So I will end for now. Sister, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, my sister. Yeah, because it's good. Thank God you mentioned that the peculiarity of Nigeria, because we have people say many things. So we need to know and understand what our own case is. That's when you understand the solution being proffered. So somebody will ask, what do people really want? What is it that Nigerians want? Whether you're Yoruba, you're Igbo, Middle Belt, even the Hausas. What do people want? People want a system that promotes good governance. Period.
Mm-hmm.
A system that ensures a long-lasting solution for the injustice, corruption, and insecurity going on in our land. You see, these problems have bedeviled us for over 60 years. I saw this picture where they showed all our past misleaders, because they are not leaders, criminals. For 60 years, they could not generate electricity enough to give us light. I know when darkness is in charge, evil will go on. So why would they give you light? They don't want light so that we'll not see the evil going on. And that's why we have told you, like Sister Muna has said at the introduction, the light bulb is on. Stop hiding. You're not going to be hiding anymore. Come out from your mask. So I'll try to tell us a story of this our issue, how it is. Because I like when I teach people, I'll tell you a story that will make it for you to remember it all the time. The story of our lives is like where four neighbors came together in 1963 to build a house. Four neighbors are the Easterners, the Westerners, Midwestern, and Northerners. To build a house, 1963. Each of them had their own constitution, and they were ready to build a very big house. And in that house, they said there will be self-governance and autonomy. I will have my own room where I'll stay with my wife and my children. You will keep your own, but we have some things in common. What they didn't know was that one of them is a thief and a killer.
Mm.
So in 1999, that thief and that killer took away the rights and resources of the other three by making a new constitution. This Decree 24 that we're talking about. They made a new constitution. And that constitution took away the rights and the resources of the rest. By that constitution, he now says, I have the right to sleep with your wives and your daughters, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
He did not stop there. He went to bring his brothers and his cousins to join him in the raping and the killing of others. Somebody will ask, so what do you think those men should do? What should the rest of the men do in this situation? Should they sit down, drinking, and watching him rape their wives and their daughters? I don't think so. So we are here as daughters of truth to say that even if the men will decide to keep quiet and watch their wives and children being raped every second of the day, we, the wives and daughters being raped, we will not keep quiet, we will not sit down, we will not sleep until the enemy is stopped, and stopped forever. Not even stopped temporarily, or stop little bit. Stopped completely. And it will ensure that he does not get up again to do what he did to us, to our children and our grandchildren. We will pull down that evil constitution and make a new one that will ensure our safety, not just the safety of those that are alive, but even on our unborn babies. You see, after making the constitution, that's the people's constitution, like Sister Augusta called it, then the laws will come out, because the laws of a nation emanate from the constitution. Even the entire governance comes from the constitution, because it's from the constitution you get the terms and conditions of living in that house. That's what we do. So we say, if the laws are made from constitution, and we say that we don't have a constitution yet, that means that the lawmakers have no job. Our so-called lawmakers do not have a job. Because for you to have a job as a lawmaker, a constitution has to be in place. So when the constitution is in place, laws will come out of the constitution, and then you, a lawmaker, we have a job. We are asking those that are doing NSAS protests to please tell our politicians and political parties and lawmakers to go home. Go home first. You are all sacked. What did we say? You are sacked.
We are all sacked.
Lawmakers, you are sacked. Go home. Because we don't have a constitution. So why are you making laws? Political parties, go home. Politicians, go home. The owners of the land want to make a constitution. When we finish making the constitution, you can beg to apply. There's something we say, people say, I beg to apply. You know, you don't have a job right now. We're bringing down the constitution, so your job is over. When we are done, please come and beg to apply. Then we'll begin to consider you, check your character, check who you are. Are you the son of a thief, or who are you? Then that's when your political activities will begin again. Because it's the laws that control the activities of citizens. Sometimes I hear people saying, oh, this thing happened like that. You know, when they start into that their lamentation chapter 1. This one happened, that one happened, this person killed this person, even what's that man, or loyally. No, that's a Showore. I heard one of the interview that he was on, like, talking nonsense. I was listening to him, I say, the sad stories that people that will say they want to lead us don't really have sense. You are lamenting the things happening in the south and the north. You're asking yourself, why is it that these things are happening, but you do not have the ability to question them or stop them? Who has made it impossible for you to have the right to take those people to court and get justice? Those people that are killing people in Anambra State, in everywhere. Why is it that you're handicapped as a citizen? The 1999 Constitution is what has empowered those people. So because you want to come and be a president of Nigeria, you refuse to speak the truth. We are done with all of you, because we have two groups of politicians.
Let me help you briefly with what Showore said. You know, Showore, he was campaigning to be the president of Nigeria. He knows the truth that constitution is one of those things holding us back. He knows it. And why he's not even, campaigning towards that trend is what I don't understand. Because, I do. Sorry, let me take that back. Selfishness. That's what it is. Yes. So if he is claiming he doesn't know why he himself cannot go and question the fact that things are happening the way they are, then I don't think he's even supposed to be a leader. Recently, Omoagege, that is his name. What is that his title? Of NAS, national, is it deputy?
Yeah, just continue. Yeah, something.
Deputy. I didn't.
We don't care about their titles. They should go home.
The one that stole the mace that time.
Yes, I remember that.
Or whatever.
Yes, yeah, Diabolo. Yeah.
He recently came up and said that this constitution is unworkable.
Yes.
He himself has realized it, and this is what the LNC has been talking about for the past 20 years. So he has realized that the constitution is unworkable. So for Showore not to know that constitution is the problem, he's just been a fraud, as we have said all along. So they should stop talking from both sides of their mouth. If they know the truth, they should come out and say the truth so that we leave, we go.
They will never say the truth, my dear. He said they will call you and tell you not to say the truth. That's what the African man will do to you.
One thing he has forgotten is that he can also be the president of Oduduwa if Oduduwa breaks.
No, he wants a bigger one now. Where
But he
will
wants
make
a
money
bigger
and
one.
invest. Yeah, and we're telling them it's over because we are ready to work this system. As we were explaining, thank you, Sister Muna, Mr. Augusta, for that explanation. You know, when you have a new constitution, then you begin to make laws that will control the environment, control the activities of the citizens, both big and small. This is how it is done. Now, the laws will protect the interest of the constituents and the entities that are represented in that union. You see, the laws that you will make will provide each region what they need. Those that want to run at 20 kilometers per hour, those that want to run at 50 kilometers per hour, those that want to run at 80 kilometers per hour, we call it equity. You see, there's difference between equity and equality, because what I need as a woman is not what a man needs as a man. But providing what each person needs, a child, an adult, a cripple, a mother, a whatever, is equity. This is what the constitution will ensure. This is what the laws will ensure. So that when we are not there, these things we take care of, so that no criminal will come tomorrow to steal the rights of our children, born and unborn. Can we do it? Yes, we can.
Yes.
We can create the Nigeria of our dream, or whatever name you want to call it. We can do it. We can bring America and Europe to Nigeria, rather than have Nigerians running to Libya, to Europe, to America through deserts and Mediterranean Sea. We can do it. We can change the tide. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
We
yes,
can. It is doable. Before 2023, we can do it. Like Sister Muna will say, we can have a new nation by 2021, this January. Yes, we can. People say, why constitutional force majeure? Yes, because we know the people holding us, the criminals, those that are aiding and abetting criminality in Africa, will not want us to go. We know that. So they need a level of force. There's a level of force because they're benefiting from our pains. This level of force, we are saying, it does not need to be bloodshed. It's called Velvet Revolution. They did it in Mali, in Chile, in 2020. They did it in Czechoslovakia, 1993. In summary, what are we saying? We are in a state of emergency right now. That's what we're saying. And we need a transitional government in place immediately. Because like we said, all the others are sacked. The politicians, you are sacked. Lawmakers, you are sacked. We need to do constitutional force majeure. The transition government will get in place. We have referendum. Referendum is what we say yes or no. If you say yes, I want the nation, then we'll talk of the terms and the union. If we say no, I don't want the nation, I want to be out, that's in your own region, then we'll talk about division of assets and liabilities. This is doable. And we don't want people speaking for others. We see a lot of opinions coming here. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. It's referendum that will say what I want, what Sister Mona wants, what Sister Augusta wants, what each person, each citizen wants through a vote. So each region will vote what they want. Like Sister Augusta said, the federating blocks of Nigeria are the ones that will do this job. And they will come in those blocks and say what they want. And then we proceed from there. Thank you very much, my sisters, and thank you for listening to us.
Thank you so much. So it's time for phone calls. It's time for you to call in. I have the number pinned, but I'm gonna read it out. The Zoom meeting ID number is 987-346-0969. And the password is 003282. Again, the Zoom ID meeting is 987-346-0692. And the password is 003282. We also have a WhatsApp number, it's +1 281 643-7283 +1-281-643-7283. And also there's a phone line +1-774-338-0942 +1-774-338-0942. So this is a time for you to call in and give your own contribution. If not, we'll conclude with our take-home points. We cannot emphasize enough on the importance of doing the right thing. Do the right thing, whether it will negatively affect monarchy, too bad for monarchy. Do the right thing if it will negatively affect August. As long as it's the right thing, we should not have preference on how we're going to do the right thing. It must be the right thing every time, all the time, because that consistency is what's actually going to teach people. I was telling somebody the other day, somebody called me for help to come and help her almost glorify her abuser. But the abuser's father died and she wants some resources to help. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Some people may consider that as kind of like a wickedness. I said, no, it does not make sense to me that you are going to reward someone who is abusing you. I will not be part of it. But what I can do is that when you're done with your abuser and you need help, then I can help. But I'm not going to give you money to give to your abuser. I just won't be part of that. The same thing with people that will call us for money to go and give to a Chinese. When we are in a medical field, you will call me for money to go and give to an Indian person and a Chinese person. When I'm telling you this thing they are doing is not going to work. And the money they are talking about is not even, they're talking about $3,000, $4,000 to go and hand to a Chinese man for treatment. Really? So we are not going to pay for things like that anymore. No, it does not make sense to us. We will not continue to do stuff because, oh, my father will be upset. If my father calls me with something that doesn't make sense, I said, no, father, it ain't gonna happen. No. So let's begin to speak up for what is right. Let us be consistent in our conviction, because that's what's going to set us apart from other people. As long as we are going in and out like which MFO, I'm coming out, but I'm dodging. I'm coming out, can I cover myself? I will say it, but I won't say it. It's public platform, it's private platform. You're kidding yourself. Please, we gotta go home. Get this thing going. The truth will always remain constant, like the state people will say. Is there. When you come back down, is there. It's only your lies that when it's time for the truth to come, you will go into darkness. Like Nnamdi is going into darkness right now. He will be in hiding. He will continue to be in hiding and continue to tweet while he's watching porno movies. And you guys are paying him, living his best life. That's what he's doing. So this is a good time for you to call if you have any contribution. If not, we'll call it a day. We've been on the air anyway for quite a long period of time. Okay, someone just came in. The numbers are pinned on our wall. If you go on top of our topic, is there also pinned it on the platform as well. So you have two ways to find it, and already, All right, caller, do you want to turn on your video, your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, this is your sister Ndokego. Can I contribute without the video?
Okay, go ahead.
Please, for today. Okay. So thank you, my sisters, for this good discussion. The discussion is so good that I couldn't miss it. So so for the Rogan and the Kanu, okay, he's on hiding. But hiding will not save him, because wherever he is, he will be hunt down. Amen. I heard he's somewhere in New York. So anybody in New York that knows where he is, he needs to speak up. He can't go scotch-free. Okay. So that's, by the way, yeah, he had done so much. He had deceived our people, and not just deceiving. People had died.
Lying against people.
A lot of people had died for his lies and reckless comments and instigation. People had died, and for that, and not just one person, like in their hundreds. So he can't just go scotch-free like that. Okay, so these people commenting on this broadcast, their brains are have been fried. Okay, you need a worshiper. You want somebody to worship. You don't care what they are doing. You don't care how. If you say jump, you're like, how high? You can't say, oh, wait a minute, but why? this, it's not a flat ground. Why would I jump? Because I'm gonna, hit my head. You don't care if you hit your head, but that's your problem anyway. But you see, that Nnamdi Kanu, he's not gonna go scotch-free.
Amen.
He's not gonna go scotch-free.
Amen.
He's gonna be fished out somehow or the other.
Amen.
Because he had gone against the law, by all stretch of imagination. Okay, so he has to face the law. Talk about what do you call it, for wishy-washy, sleepy, I don't even know, half drunk, half awake, I don't even know what he's doing. So it's very shameful what he's doing, putting himself out there. Just like insulting himself. Okay, he shouldn't be, doing that. Nobody obligated him to do that. He came out to do that, but guess what? Based on his words, that guy is not. He's not sorry for all the stupidity that he had been part of.
The website.
He's not sorry. He's not sorry about what he had been part of all this while. What his anger is that they had pushed him out and took away his title.
Right.
He's more interested in my deputy. He's not sure. Deputy of who? You're still IPOB. He wants people to be calling his broadcast, but they will call and ask him some questions. He will be going all over the place. But guess what? Obi Diabionu will jump in right away to bail him out. I have so much fun just watching him and laughing my head off, because he is just making a mock of himself. You're not IPOB. You're gonna expose. I'm not gonna expose. I'm still the leader. If anybody just going all over the place, make up your mind.
Make up your mind.
Make up your mind, boy. Are you out? They kicked your behind out. So what are you gonna do about it? You want them to beg you to come back? No, hell no, they're not gonna do that. They won't call you back. You're out. So stop going back and forth. But for Obidio, I agree. He is genuinely out of that mess.
Right.
He is, and I believe he's trying to convince Uchemefo to agree. Yes. But that Uchemefo is just like, my title. I'm still the deputy. Okay. The other day he said, that legally all his information, all his whatever he say in IPOB, whatever. Listen, if he is serious, if he is so hurt by what they did to him, not just what they did to him, if he even realized that thing is a rogue franchise, he should just go and took his name out of that nonsense.
No, he will not. No, he should not. No, my sister, let me add a little bit. He should not, because being a deputy, he has the right to shut it down.
Okay, then.
You told them last week, shut down the shop. Close the shop. Close the drug franchise. If he is the deputy indeed, when you know that your main one is a thief, is a rogue, you have found out now the truth. Then shut it down so that people will stop
do something. But at least do something.
Yeah, shut
not
it down.
Sitting there. I'm still the deputy.
No, shut it down.
Nobody. Oh, the levy, the what do something money to take care of the dead or whatever. I don't even know what he's. Need to be taught. What is he to take care of them? What is he doing? They kicked you behind out of their thing. Do something or shut up. Either he do something or shut up.
No, he needs to do something. We will tell him what to do. Most of them don't know what to do. We are not telling them all. They don't know. As daughters of the land, we are telling them what to do. If you're listening to this, you say that you are part of Nnamdi Kanu, you set it up, and you know it has become a rogue franchise. Do the noble thing by shutting down that fake thing that is deceiving our people. Exactly. I like the fact that you said they should stop contributing money. That's number one. That's a good one. Yes, because you know that money is just fake. So let our people stop contributing money, because the problem is that when we now have what to do, they will not have money to support it because they have already been raped. They are putting money in the wrong place. So you're doing right by telling them to stop contributing, but the next step is to shut down that shop. That shop, shut it down.
That's right. But guess what? He's making mockery of himself if he doesn't shut it down. However, otherwise they will be seeing him as the saboteur they call him. because you don't want to shut it down. But your anger is that they kicked you out. So if they kicked you out, not because you realize what they are doing doing wrong, but just because they took away your title, therefore shut it down. Therefore start contributing because he's no longer in power. That's just, if they call you saboteur, then take it. Otherwise, do the right thing. Shut it down.
He has to do the right thing, my
power.
sister.
You still have the
He has to do the right thing.
Legally, you're still part of that thing.
Yes.
Then shut it down. Or
Yes.
shut up, or get away from the.
He knows what to
the-
do.
the
Uche
radio.
Mefo knows what to do to shut down that franchise
Thank
that
you.
has killed our
Sister
people.
Chioma, not just to close shop. We shut it down is too much grammar. Close when you close.
Close shop,
Oh,
yes.
close
yeah,
shop.
close it.
Yeah, close shop.
Because this is they are doing whatever it is that, so it should close shop. And
Close
the
shop.
new human right Biafra, whatever, close that. We are not
Come on.
interested.
Exactly, we are not
It should
interested.
close because it's gonna still use the same method to get money out of our people.
Do you know?
In everything? Or it was
Exactly.
part and parcel of everything.
Exactly, he was, but he
He
never
is
tried to
denying the
apologize.
fact that he did not know what that sign, sealed, and delivered is. Well, that thing that Namdi told us that the federal government have signed, sealed, and delivered.
You see the
And
kind
he
of
kept, and he kept quiet. Why did he keep quiet?
The thing that made me to close my shop that day and start running, I entered freeway. I said, sign, sealed, and delivered. Hey, we finally had our freedom.
Exactly.
I just shut down my office. I entered freeway. I started coming home.
Exactly. So
Only to find out that.
yeah. Uche Mefo, first off, he needs to apologize. He has not
Close
apologized.
shop.
He hasn't apologized. He needs to
Yes.
apologize. After he apologized, and then he will, said, I'm willing to take responsibility of whatever you guys
Exactly.
accuse me of. But
Yeah.
as of now, I am gonna shut this thing down because I'm not part of it anymore. Let them go form another one or whatever they have to do. Or it has to come down. But he hasn't done that. So until then,
We're encouraging him to. We are giving him energy. Uche Mefo, yeah, you're taking the right
Well,
step. Step one, step two,
vitality,
step three,
vitality,
step
exactly.
four.
Who knows? He's gonna come on today. Who knows what he's gonna?
Oh, tell him now. Tell him what you want him to do. This is democracy.
Obidi will come and bail him out. Obidi had come on his show and said something, about the Constitution. He mentioned it. Uche Mefo does not want to go that route.
No, my
So
dear.
Uche Mefo
That's
literally
why
know
we
what
are
he's doing.
telling them now. You're going around in circle. Tell Uche Mefo what he should do. It's the people. This is the voice of the people.
Took your
Tell
money.
Uche Mefo what you want him to do.
$600 we pay for transmitter and the welfare and the education and the damaged people and killed people and maimed people and Namdi's private part and everything. We paid it all. Everything was paid for. So you have every right to call his freaking fake human show or human rights show and ask him what the hell. I mean, they are part of all of this.
Yes.
My sister,
So shut down.
calling that show, the ones that are calling, he can't even answer them. He will be, oh, my brother, hey, my brother. But he just wants sympathy. He likes the one that will call and sympathize with him.
For so many years.
That's wrong.
So many months after we left them, because Nani doesn't have any agenda, he will listen to him. Go and listen to when we started talking about them. Whatever we say, even the cabal.
Exactly. He will come and say it.
That would say, these people, we have a cabal in IPOB. The next time he went to Germany, when he was talking to those people, obey and command and control, obey before respect. How do you say it? Obey before.
Obey before you complain.
What was telling grown men to obey before complain. The words are they use for people that are still growing up.
I'm telling you.
From teenager from elementary school to high school, Nandi wants us to obey him.
Yeah.
From the Kubu Pogisi.
And then the next thing, I'm sure you guys know his in-law that call himself that
priest.
voodoo master nonsense, evil guy. That he's his priest. That stupid human being. Master prophet.
Someone master fake prophet. I'm telling
you.
Even people overseas, they have reduced you to this. You will be working with people that don't know their left from right, and you're asking yourself, what is this? Where are the professionals? Where is going on, my dear? People. It's unimaginable. It's unforgivable.
It's sad. My sisters, we are here we're in support. We are mothers. We are adas. We are mothers. Ndị Igbo tete no n'ụra. Nnamdi Kanu must be extradited back to Nigeria to be prosecuted.
Yes.
And Uchemefo will follow suit. Uchemefo will follow suit.
These are criminals of war.
Care.
All criminals.
He needs to be locked out. Yes, criminal. Yes, exactly.
They are criminals.
He needs to be locked out.
Yes,
okay,
all of them.
And I'm sure when he's gone, then
because
yes.
you have to finish your connection and go and turn yourself in.
Yes.
That's what exactly.
Finish your connection, turn yourself in, and let's stop this madness so that people will start working towards their true freedom, which is the taking down the 1999 military decree.
Constitution, right here, military decree.
Why are you busy taking money from our people, deceiving people, turning our children? You know, I shower. How many dogs are you going to sleep with? All kinds of stuff. You reduce our children to people that can easily help them if they needed help. Reduce them to so that, you know what, somebody gave a good analysis. He said he's causing so much chaos so that nobody will be asking about the money.
It's crazy.
Yes.
You know,
he does not have a way to account for any of those money.
Yeah.
No way. Nanyanya was taking and taking and taking.
Oh, don't even mention that name, because just that name, her voice drives me crazy. Her voice is so like a witch. No, yeah. You haven't paid your dues. Like, shut up. People voluntarily pay their dues, and you haven't paid the people that haven't paid their dues. With audacity, for crying out loud. Who is she?
When she's living in Biafra house in Germany.
Man.
Yeah.
You're using our family business. IPOB, one family. My dad, they told us. Remember the day he came out in Israel? He said, "Is the video on?"
Yes.
Everything was
exactly. So staged. Everything staged.
Is the video
stage
on?
managed.
Is the video on? Is the video on?
Stage.
Damula wants to pray. Yes. They're praying on the wall.
The armpit was black.
Yes, so
People were like, even if you're going to show us the video, why from the black armpits?
419.
Because he has been hiding. Because he has been hiding.
Women private parts. That's what the man was shouting. We said, "Hey, what is all of these things?" The men around him looks like fishers of men, but there's no.
Yeah.
But my sister, but you don't know how many days they have been in the ship or boat, or in the forest, trying to swim their way inside the country.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Exactly. So the next thing, they surface in the wall, Jerusalem or whatever, and then is the video on? That's why this guy is able to be calling on Buhari, because he knows how to stage manage. Because you do what you're able to describe something that you know very well. You're able to explain it and give a good analysis of it. So everything Nandikani is talking about Buhari and Nigeria, exactly what he's doing, because he knows they are in and out.
He has handed over to Simon Ekpa now. He has handed over to Simon Ekpa. That one. When Nandi finished.
Power hunger, and all of them, all of them cannot manage a wife.
Nothing. They can't manage their wife and 2 kids.
They can't even manage their own home.
No.
No. Anyway, my sisters, good job. I applaud you guys. We can't stop. Nnamdi Kanu must be extradited.
And we wasn't sure whether you can call us all kinds of names. Done right. No other way.
We don't care.
Song in your flesh. You must get it all right.
And we must continue to pray. They will come down. Who knows that this thing will happen with Uchemefo? Who knows?
But we know that it will happen. That's what we're here. We are here to pull down the evil house and bring up alternative for our people. We are there now. We know that they had no plan for our people. So we are committed in this. Why do you think we are coming every Saturday here to open the eyes of our people? It's not that we come from the evil forest and enter the right way. There's a right way.
As our hosted Rita and Wago, I put that video on your thing. Okay, the lady was like, I'm like, whoa, from her own mouth. and
My
people
dear.
were calling, confirming what she was saying.
We appreciate God. We appreciate
Okay,
God. God
exactly.
is with us in this journey.
Exactly, it's
with us.
righteousness. Righteousness.
Yes.
When you stand for the truth.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
God has a way of pulling evil down.
Of
Evil
course.
cannot last
Of
forever.
course. Of
And that's
course.
what is
What they
happening.
did to that woman and the way do you know we did not hear about that woman until later? It was only this year.
It was sad, right? Yeah.
She gave all, just the same thing we did for that punk.
Yeah.
The Sunan is the only righteous one. Everyone that
I'm telling you.
he will finish you up. You will come back disgraced. You will come back melt. You will come back in shame. You will come back broken. You will come back. Himself, I broke one of my teeth from anxiety of what was going on IPOB. I had to go and get a root canal done over Nnamdi and his fake. My dear, these people, God, what is happening? It's not even, he haven't even started. We are still touching the bait. Obidi will finish them because Obidi Dime, he's pregnant with the information that he wanted to.
He has all.
Catch him on the
He
phone.
has it.
Yes.
That one is genuine. Which MFO is fake.
They are in for it, my dear.
Which MFO is fake. Obidi, yes, he's genuine. He's fed up. He's truly, genuinely fed up, and he's ready to blow up the lid.
Yeah.
But which MFO, he's fake. He just wants his title back. Oh, look at his head, deputy.
He's not going to get the
what?
title, and our people will be free. We're saying, let my people go, that they can go and serve God. Let my people go. Rock franchise, let my people go. Political parties, let my people go. Politicians, let my people go. External colonizers, let my people go, that they might go and serve their God and live the life that God has called them to live.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, my sisters.
Thank you so
God
much.
bless.
Sister.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sister Chioma, for that. So
Somebody came before. Did he disappear?
He disappeared by day. No,
there's no AC in your room. I mean, the heat was too much.
He's coming to talk about his supreme leader because he was hiding in.
Okay, so he saw the fire and he was like, "Hey, whoa, let me dodge.
Let me remove myself from this." So, plus, when they start answering "Okay, Ibrahim," that fakeness starts already.
It's beginning of fakeness.
Which one are you? Okay,
are you okay, or you're Ibrahim? Choose one.
Choose one. They will never choose one. They don't know who they are. They don't answer their real names. We are all answering our real name. This is a leader that came and told us he has different accounts right in front of us. He was saying, "Are you guys following me?" We said, "No, we don't really know." He said, "No, I have this account. I have all this account right in front of us."
419, Yahoo.
We need a US voice that can be heard now. The DOS. Who is DOS? I am DOS. I'm everything. I'm sitting there thinking, "Oh my gosh." So we are one man squad.
Yes, now.
What's going on here? My dear, God help them. Let's go to our take-home points today. Okay, so we're about to end. We all know that Nigeria is like a distressed plane that needs an emergency landing. Who wants to be inside a distressed plane? My dear, if it doesn't land soon, you will find yourself crashing. So we need to get something done sooner, quickly. We can also look at it as a car with damaged engine. Changing the driver will not improve the performance at all. It's done. It has to be replaced. It has to be getting rid of. We have to get something new. The political parties, they contest election, and they swear to only uphold and defend the 1999 decree. That's why Abaribe will come to IPOB rally and go to their burials and all those stuff. He will turn around and go back to the Senate and sit there and say he's not part of the government when he's collecting his salary. So they have sworn to uphold and defend the 1999 Constitution and cannot amend the same document. That's what's paying them. That's why they can take your money and speak from both sides of their mouth and go to your funeral and tell you I'm about Biafra. Then they will go back to Senate and tell you Buhari is not dead. They don't even know who they are. Therefore, the way forward is to bring down the 1999 apartheid military decree imposed on us by the minority. People that are doing this, there are not that much. They will pretend as if they are fighting in Senate. Wait till they start having weddings for their children. They will fly in to Ogo. They will fly into Aba. That Aba that you see that is dirty. You will see Babangida land inside the Aba market to come to Abaribe's Dora's traditional wedding. They are all the same people doing the same thing, eating off of the 1999 military decree and holding us under. The sorry state of Nigeria is the same everywhere in Africa. So looking at this, when you fix Nigeria, and they know this, that's why they keep deceiving us, oh, the most populous nation in the world, and this, giving us all these fake names. Populous indeed. Popular in hunger and deceit and death and everything else. We are tired of the lies. When you fix Nigeria, they know that Africa will be fixed, because there will be a very good case study for everybody to copy off of. Plus, we are very generous people. People will come and learn things from our land to go and develop their own lands.
Yes.
So they know this. So we are asking all our Africans and brothers and sisters to join hands to make this thing happen. Help us to propagate this case. Make it your affair to ensure that what's going on in Nigeria must come to an end, because we need to go home. If you're keeping quiet and they're holding us down, they're also holding on your own prosperity. And when are we going to say enough as mothers? Our children are dying. They're waiting for us to do the right thing, especially women. Rise up, rise up. Look at our sister, Arikana. She's doing it. We all need to rise up. I spoke about the mother that lost his son. I'm still going to play it at the end. We need to help this mother. Please, sisters, if you're watching, let's help the mother of Pelume trend about her son. They need to return Nigeria, that wicked Nigerian entity needs to return that body to the mother, so she can bury her son. You guys have done enough damage. You must come and bury and let go of this child's body, so that the mother can have peace. Thank you.
Thank you. So let me go ahead in Igbo. Ndị be anyị daalụnụ. Mkpokọta okwu anyị tata bụ na obodo Nigeria dị ka ụgbọelu nwere nsogbu n'elu. Ihe a chọrọ ugbu a bụ ka ọ datuo na mberede, ka e were zọpụta ndị njem o bu n'ime ya. Ọzọ, obodo Nigeria dịkwa ka ụgbọala injin ya mebiri emebi. Ịgbanwe onye na-akwọ ụgbọala agaghị eme ka ụgbọala ahụ bidozie rụwa ọrụ ọfụma. Ihe anyị na-achọ ka anyị gwakwu n'ọzọ bụ na ndị otu ndị political party, ọ bụ ha na-eme ndọrọ ndọrọ ọchịchị, ọ bụkwa ha na-eme ibinye aka n'akwụkwọ. Ha waji aka ha na-ahọpụta onye ga-achị na onye anaghị achị. Ọ bụ ha na-aṅụ iyi na ha ga-edobe ma kwado ajọ ntọala Nigeria, maka na uru ha nọ n'ime ya. Ọzọ, ndị ṅụrụ iyi na ha ga-edobe ma kwado ajọ Decree 24 Nigeria, ọ bụ ha ga-edoziri anyị ntọala ahụ. Oge erugo mgbe anyị ga-eji wee dọtụ ntọala Decree 24 nke ndị ọjọọ tụkwasịrị n'isi anyị. Ha ji wee tụọ anyị mkpọrọ, nga mkpụrụ ọka. Nke ikpeazụ, ajọ ihe na-eme na Nigeria, ị na-anụ maka ya, ajọ ihe niile anyị gwara gị maka ya na-eme na Nigeria, ọ bụkwa ya bụ ihe na-eme n'Africa niile. O wee bụrụ na anyị na-ekwu wee sị na ọ bụrụ na anyị dozie Nigeria, anyị meta ya ọfụma na Nigeria, na ndị Africa niile ga-edozi Africa, and Africa ga-adị mma. So ọ bụrụ na Nigeria dị mma, Africa ga-adị mma. Ndewonu.
All right, thank you, Sister Ekwi. I would say this in Yoruba. Àwọn àkọsílẹ̀, which are the take-home points. Èkíní, ìlú Nàìjíríà dàbí ọkọ̀ òfurufú. Ó ní láti dàbálẹ̀. Èkejì, àwọn ẹgbẹ́ olóṣèlú ni ó díje àwọn ìdìbò. Wọ́n sì búra láti gbèjà 1999 Decree 24. Ẹ̀kẹta, àwọn tó ti búra láti gbèjà 1999 Constitution, àwọn ò kò lè túṣe. Ìlú Nàìjíríà dàbí mọ́tò tí ò ní engine, ìyípadà driver kò lè jẹ́ kó ṣe dáadáa. Ẹ káàsán. 1999 constitution tán pè ní apartheid constitution a ní láti dá dúró torí pé àwọn òyìnbó náà gbé constitution ní ìdè wa lọ́wọ́ a dẹ̀ ní pé a ò fẹ́ mọ́. Ìparí, bí Nàìjíríà ṣe bàjẹ́ tó bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni Áfíríkà ṣe bàjẹ́. Ìtúnṣe Nàìjíríà a ó tú Áfíríkà ṣe. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Thank you all. Mr. Muna.
Thank you so much for that. And I'm just gonna briefly show that video of that young man. Cancel. Quick. Yeah, so I'm not gonna play the whole
To
video.
one house, they
It's
said that they
about
locked the house.
10 minutes,
He
7
run back.
minutes.
They just shot Pelumi down with gun. He's now 20 years old. I see that between 5 years to this time, immediately he run to one house. They said that they locked the house. He run back. They just shot Pelumi down with gun. He's now 20 years old. I see that between 5 years to this time, all my struggle in him will be the end. That's what I'm expecting when government just kill my son for me. He's working with Bua TV. On that Saturday, 24, they went to go and work on that day, Abatio near Gengetu. They are starting to interview many people there. They are talking to them. They said that they should give them their entitlements, the relative what is there. They didn't open that place. They did not fight when they are working. Suddenly, Black Maria just parking. Police and task force people. When they are just coming down, they said that they are the one who is throwing bottle and shoots. The person who is Pelumi is interviewed by that time is woman. They said that the bottle knocked the woman at the back. The woman fell down. Because of that, Pelumi see that thing, he just run. Because such thing is not happened in his life before. The shock of that one make Pelumi run. Immediately he run to one house. They said that they locked the house. He run back. They just shot Pelumi down with gun because he's in uniform. Bua TV jacket is in neck on that day. They did not drop him or carry him to hospital. Immediately they said that it's 4 men carrying him to the Black Maria. That is what we see on that Saturday. Since that Saturday on the 24th, we are trying to find him. We went there, we did not see him. They said that they have carried him to Ikeja. They reached Ikeja, they did not meet my son there. They reached Oshodi, they did not meet him there. Since that time, they just be going all along, find him. They did not see him. On that Friday, getting to a week, they went to Oshodi. It's there, they hear that Pelumi is there. Since that time, it's on Saturday, we hear that he's in mortuary at Ikorodu. From Ablegba here to Ikorodu. I didn't know how they carried my son there.
At this stage, I heard the story. Because
All
I'm
right,
not
so
around,
yeah, so this is the story of this little boy. I have a 21-year-old, he's living with me, and I have my daughter, 23. I can't even imagine this mother, what she's going through. Like what kind of a place, like my sister would say, you would be living in hell. They ask you how you're doing, you say all is well. You're in hell. We're a 20-year-old child, because it's not even fair. Look at his face. You just shoot him like an animal, you pick up his body, and then we are listening to it on TV. These are the things that should cause an outrage. Nobody should hear this and be quiet. So we need to find a way, whether by social media trending or whatever, show it or whatever you call yourself. Didn't you see this young boy that was killed? And you're busy putting your mouth in something that you don't know anything about. At least can't you propagate the information of this young boy? It's only Punch News that is carrying it. You're not, because it's not worthy of your news. It's not your brother that died. Mothers should be outraged about this. Sisters should be outraged. Anyone that has any kind of human feeling should be outraged about this. Not only did you kill this young baby, you took away his body, and it's over months now. The mother cannot even see her only son. This is her only son, by the way. What kind of a place is this? That woman is dead, though. You guys are not looking at a human being there. She's gone. She will never come back, but she will be existing. That's the danger. You will be watching a living person being alive. So, sisters, please, wherever you are, let's help to send information in, or let's contact Nigerian government or whoever it is, Lagos State government, about this young boy. They need to find his body and hand it over to his parents. You've already killed him, but you cannot hold on to his body. This is evil at the highest. This is punity at the highest order. So sad. So thank you guys for joining us. You know, I wish all these things can go away. Nobody has the time here to talk about rogue franchise and this. Can people just freaking do the right thing? Can we just do the right thing? And can we speak up when we see evil happening? Can we stop covering up things that are evil? Can we be sincere with ourselves? Can we stop being professional pretenders? Because this is not going to take us anywhere. We'll be running in circles for years. Aren't you guys tired? Aren't you tired of broadcasting on Facebook and whatever else you find yourself? Can people just do the right thing? If we do the right thing, our sufferings will end. And we're asking God to come and help us when we can help ourselves by doing the right thing. By calling out rogue franchise when you see one. By calling Monachi, if you see me stealing, please call me out. So I'm not saying to exempt me. Call me out if I'm stealing. But not from the information that you got from a criminal. I'm calling out the criminal because I had an interaction with him. So when you have an interaction with me and I rip you off, please call me out. I want to learn. I want to change. I want to become better. Not the holier than thou. Everybody else holier than thou. Everybody else is a criminal except him. These are part of the injustice. People are watching it happening and happening and happening. Everybody will talk about it and then it will end. A 20-year-old baby body is missing. This is a baby. If you guys don't understand it, I don't know if you all seen the picture. This is a child. He doesn't even know. He's hustling because he lives in an environment where his mother is not doing anything. Go on. My 20-year-old is still sleeping as I'm talking to you right now. It's not fair. And that's why we cannot waste any more time. I don't want to be living here where my children are drinking milk and whatever they want, and my other children in Africa are dying and hustling to be a TV promoter and get shot. What kind of people what kind of a person would I be if that's where I draw my joy? I want the 20-year-old to have the same opportunity that the ones that are in so-called westernized world that live in. Why must ours be different? This is heartbreaking. So hashtag free Pelu is a Pelumi body. You know, if you guys can help us to trend it. Release Pelumi's body, please. Let us contact the governor or whoever. They need to find this body and let the mother have peace. Sister, okay, please go ahead so we can.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you. Please hashtag Pelumi, because we're all for justice. We would say injustice for one is injustice for all. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. And that's why we're saying, stop aiding and abetting criminality in Africa. When you see evil going on and you cover it, say, hush, hush. Our people that are handling IPOB and the criminality going on in IPOB, covering it will not save you. You need to blow it open. You need to blow it open so that people will hear and be delivered. Our deliverance is in our hands. Consider force majeure. If we can rally round, because what we're doing now is to campaign and enlighten our people about it. It's been ongoing. The process to our freedom has been going on, and we are in the final phase of it. What we are doing now, we're not saying that you're the one that will go and do the constitutional force majeure. We're telling you it's coming like a tsunami.
Tornado is coming.
Like a tornado, yes. It's ready, it's coming. What we are doing here is to prepare you to receive it. So that when it comes, I get someone that said, somebody like you watch a child being born, like a mad person. They said, this child that they gave birth to is for you. He said, is that a child? Because he's mad. But the same person, when they give birth to a child, they say, this is your child. You open your hand and receive the child and nurture the child. So you're about to have your freedom. And it's here. Open your hand to receive it. Thank you. We stand for freedom. We stand for justice. All Africa and the entire world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Sister August, you have anything to add so we can?
Yeah, we just want to thank those that, that listened. As we said, the road, the pavement or the pathway is already there. And for those that are calling us names on Facebook, there was this guy calling us gossipers, and that is why he started with a white woman. For crying out loud, you use that white woman to get your papers. So just shut up. We don't need your time. So we need people to focus their attention to the pathway. All these franchises have to close. They need to close shop. All the politicians, they have to close, because if they go back and swear to that constitution, that would be another 4 years of hellfire, and we don't want that. So we need to close, continue to propagate this. And for Pelumi's sake, please let us put that hashtag out there so they could free his body. I was looking at the woman's pain. Sister Muna said that the woman is dead. I'm like, of course she's dead and buried, because when you lose someone so close to you, you don't ever recover. My parents have been dead for a very long time now. I've still not recovered from it, let alone a child. So it's difficult. So we pray that those holding, the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, please release the body of this guy. Let the mother bury, let her have closure. She needs it. If she doesn't get closure, she will kill herself. Oh. She has to get that closure. She needs it. So Governor Sanwo-Olu, whatever your name is, release the body of that child so that the woman can go and bury her baby in peace. Thank you all, and see you all next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Stay
Bye.
safe.